Is there anybody here that can hear us?
He's got a gun. Okay, we gotta get here.
Bro, is that blood?
Show me if I want it. Oh, my days!
Exploring abandoned buildings at night is scary enough. But what if you find something, or someone, you were never meant to see? These are the 6 creepiest encounters of 2024. After this, you might think twice before going into the dark again. Let's dive into the first one. Imagine walking through the crumbling remains of a once lively school, its hallways echoing with memories long forgotten. This is Robert Fulton Elementary, nestled in the heart of Cleveland, Ohio. This 92-year-old structure has been abandoned for over 13 years, much to the dismay of nearby residents who have repeatedly voiced concerns about it being an eyesore and a nexus for potential criminal activity, which they fear is diminishing the value of their properties. In May 2023, urban explorer Chris Hill decided to venture into these desolate halls, a place no one dares to visit after dark, but that's exactly what he planned to do. Chris had explored countless abandoned places before, but this time, something felt different. As he moved deeper into the school, an unsettling feeling grew, like he wasn't truly alone.
The decay is crazy in here.
If you look closely, you might spot it. A shadowy figure, lurking just beyond the reach of his camera. Chris didn't notice at the time, but it definitely indicates that someone was watching him. At the 30-minute mark, Chris stumbles upon something truly disturbing. Written in faded chalk on a dusty board, "Don't explore alone," and a door adorned with a rusted "Keep Out" sign. Against his better judgment, Chris pushes forward. What he discovers next would send chills down anyone's spine.
Somebody lives in here. Somebody's been in here. Look at that. Somebody's been living in here. Somebody's in there. Oh shit. I'm out. Fuck that.
A blood-curdling scream, reverberating through the empty hallways, as if the very walls were crying out in warning. The sound freezes him in his tracks, and his pulse races. He bolts for the exit. Chris escaped unscathed, but the fear that night stayed with him. The footage he captured remains as a haunting reminder of the risks of exploring forgotten places. Did you find this encounter disturbing already? Then brace yourself for what you're about to see next. This horrifying encounter was experienced by Joe and Elliot. two seasoned explorers you might know from their channel, Ghost Theory. Known for their fearless investigations into the paranormal, they've ventured into some of the world's most haunted locations. But this time, they took things to a whole new level. Not only were they exploring an abandoned building, but they also planned to camp overnight, an idea that would soon spiral into a nightmare. It's June 1st, 2024, a warm summer evening. Joe and Elliot set out for their latest adventure, an abandoned mental asylum deep in the UK countryside. The asylum, long forgotten and surrounded by a haunted forest, has stood abandoned for over 30 years. The site's tragic history is chilling: harrowing conditions, untimely deaths, and rumors of restless spirits. But little do they know, it's not the ghosts they need to be afraid of. As they trek through the woods, the asylum looms into view, casting an ominous shadow. A strange, chilling feeling creeps over them, but excitement keeps them moving forward. They wander through narrow hallways and crumbling walls before finally finding what seems like the perfect spot to camp.
We have found our camping spot.
I hope you're not scared of heights.
No, see, I'm not afraid of heights, but I am afraid of the sudden stop after the plummet of falling.
Yes.
Well, anyway, so we've decided actually that due to the amount of dust and everything, we thought it'd be best to go somewhere where there's quite a lot of ventilation, and where better than outside.
So we're going to the Holiday Inn just down the road.
Yeah. So basically, we are going to be camping on this lovely roof area.
As they set up their tent on the roof and settled inside, everything seemed almost peaceful. But they weren't here for a relaxing camping trip. No, they were here to explore. They decided to take a walk through the building, searching for the most active room to leave their camera equipment and see if they could capture paranormal evidence while they were away. However, before they could even begin, the disturbances started.
Now, you kind of want to find the areas that's going to cover like all rooms, corridors, and most open spaces.
But it's also finding the areas that have got the most going on. If we go somewhere and there's constantly activity or something there, you know, to leave a camera there. But we also haven't ever really had a good look around this building.
No.
So,
Just soaking in the atmosphere. Hello? Is anybody here that can hear us?
Soft footsteps echo from the lower levels of the building. They call out, but there's no response. The silence was heavy, leaving them to wonder, was someone downstairs, or was it just their imagination? As you might know, Joe and Elliot aren't easily frightened, so they brushed it off and ventured deeper into the building. But it didn't take long before they were met with sounds that made it unmistakably clear. They were not alone.
Did you hear that? No. Okay, listen. That's people. Good.
Faint voices could be heard coming from the lower floors of the asylum, accompanied by the sound of objects being thrown around. Joe and Elliot mentioned that they're usually not too afraid of encountering other people in these buildings, but this time something felt off, and their instincts were right. They quietly made their way to the upper floors, hoping to stay unnoticed by whoever was lurking below.
That was really weird, though. It was like it was people, but then
They're just throwing stuff around. Are they? They're like throwing things into the building and shit.
Are they out there?
I can't see them.
I can hear it. Yeah, I don't like it. They were quite.
Because it's not like people have just like come in,
They've not
having a
come
look
in
around.
chatting and stuff either.
Yeah, there's just random things got thrown about
Yeah.
from like multiple angles.
Unsettled, they sit in silence, lights off, and switch to night vision mode, straining to listen and pinpoint where the people might be. After 5 agonizing minutes of complete darkness and silence, they decide to move to the other side of the building, hoping to catch a glimpse of whoever is out there. But what they see is beyond terrifying.
1 minute!
What the fuck? Did you catch them?
They're in army gear. There's 2 of them.
Have they got weapons?
Yeah. They've all got guns and shit.
Are they coloured guns?
Hey?
Are they coloured guns?
No.
Proper like black.
They're proper rifles. Like they're stood like this. They're like this long. They're air rifles.
You're fucking kidding. Like the proper pellet rifles.
They're rifles. Like a sniper. He's got a full fucking helmet on and everything.
That's illegal.
But there's 2 of them sat down there where the entrance is.
That's illegal though.
The boys are frozen in fear as their seemingly peaceful camping experience spirals rapidly into a real-life horror movie. They stand motionless, unsure of what to do, knowing that one wrong move could cost them their lives.
Get down!
I don't know what they're doing. There's quite a few of them.
How many roughly?
I've seen 4. And they all have guns. Well, guns, but...
It's clear they are not safe, and the uncertainty of the group's intentions only makes the situation more terrifying. What adds to the unease is the fact that this mental asylum is located in the UK, where firearms are not allowed, making the encounter feel even more sinister.
We need an actual plan, not just a, hi. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we need to put the stuff away, minus these.
Let's go. That's the first plan.
So we've got movement.
Yeah.
And so they did. They packed up their cameras and decided to document everything on their GoPro in case anything happened. With the uncertainty of what lay ahead, they made their way through the building, abandoning their tent and focusing on one goal: making it out alive. Little did they know, this was just the beginning of the terror that awaited them.
Fuck was that?
What the fuck?
Like a fucking machine gun. Hello?
Is that a voice?
Is that a fucking angle grinder?
Someone here. Hey? But if there's someone here now. There's a voice, isn't it?
It's... Be quiet.
As they made their way to the other side of the building, unsettling voices pierced the silence. Once again, they called out, but no response came. Were these people playing a prank, or was something more sinister at play? Not wanting to find out, they stood still, listening carefully, determined not to give away their position. But then, the sounds began to close in around them.
This is some horrible fucking shit. What the fuck are they doing?
That's very fucking loud. I don't know what the fuck to do. I do not know what the fuck to do.
Is that outside?
What?
Is that outside? Shit, fuck.
Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this.
What the fucking hell is that?
Loud, unsettling bangs echoed through the building, but they couldn't pinpoint exactly where the sounds were coming from, adding to their growing terror. Why were these people making so much noise? And what were they doing? Elliot and Joe were at their wits' end, unable to think clearly or decide their next move. All they knew was that their only option was to get out. They ventured further, navigating through the eerie, decaying hallways, unsure when the people might strike. But then, it became terrifyingly clear that the armed people were dangerously close.
Is that the end of that corridor? Is that the end of that corridor? Oh, Den's upstairs still.
We need to fucking get out of here.
What's going on? We need to get out. Shit, go.
What? They're nicking the shit.
Footsteps close in, coming from all directions. Joe and Elliot were paralyzed with the chilling thought that the armed people were nearby. They quickly turned off their lights once again, trying desperately to pinpoint exactly where the sounds were coming from.
Fucking tools and everything. Why are they making noise?
The loud noises betrayed the armed people their true position. Joe and Elliot knew it was now or never. Without hesitation, they spirited away, choosing safety over confrontation.
Have we got everything? Not the tent. Fuck the tent.
They fled the building, abandoning their tent, and ran into the darkness outside.
People turn up with guns. Whatever guns, whether they're airsoft, air rifles, whatever, I have no idea. And then whack out with some fucking angle grinders.
But the thing is,
he heard his name, whatever, so whatever, have you got the ladder? So they brought fucking ladders in and everything.
how
I don't know.
did they get past?
There are multiple ways into that building.
Yeah.
We must have literally walked around the outside when they came in the other side.
Okay.
It has to have done.
As they made their way into the woods, adrenaline pumping, they began to process what had just happened, realizing how lucky they were to have escaped unharmed. Once they reached their car, they jumped in and began the 6-hour drive home. During the drive, unsettling questions lingered in their minds. Who were those people? What were they doing there? And most terrifying of all, what were their true intentions? When they uploaded the footage to YouTube, viewers were shocked and deeply concerned for their safety. This life-threatening encounter could have ended tragically. Luckily, they made it out alive, vowing never to return. And honestly, who could blame them? It's unsettling to realize how often we take the safety of our everyday surroundings for granted. A horrific incident can strike in the most unexpected ways, just as you're about to see in the next video. This horrifying footage was captured by Tobias, a YouTuber you might recognize from his channel, Unknown Worlds. Tobias, a 22-year-old urban explorer, has spent over 8 years venturing into abandoned places, sharing his thrilling discoveries with his audience. Known for his courage, Tobias often explores these eerie locations alone. However, on this particular day, he wouldn't be going solo. Instead, he was joined by his good friend Alex, embarking on an overnight exploration that would turn into a nightmare neither of them could have anticipated. For this video, Tobias takes us to Germany, the country where he was born and raised, and where most of his explorations take place. It's February 3rd, 2017, a cold winter evening. But the freezing temperatures didn't deter the boys from venturing into the unknown.
Unterwegs zu einem neuen Lost Place, den wir zufällig über Google Maps gefunden haben. Deswegen gehen wir davon aus, dass er noch gut erhalten sein sollte, noch nicht so viele Leute da waren. Wir haben wenig bis keine Informationen über diesen Ort. Das heißt, wir wissen nicht, wie sieht's mit Security aus, wie sieht es mit Umzäunung aus, wie gefährlich ist dieser Lost Place. Das ist natürlich auch immer ein Aspekt, den man...
Tobias begins the video, enthusiastically logging in with his viewers, explaining their plan to explore a derelict building. Everything seemed routine at first, just another adventure to document for their audience. But what started as a typical exploration would quickly spiral into something life-threatening. As Tobias and Alex entered the building, a disgusting smell immediately filled the air. Alex remarked, "It smells like pee," a sign that someone may have been there recently. The thought was unsettling. The smell was fresh. It could indicate current activity. Still, the boys decided to press on, unknowingly heading straight into danger. Navigating through the decaying hallways, the tension grew thicker. The eerie silence of the building seemed to amplify their every step. And then, the unimaginable happened. Out of nowhere, their seemingly harmless exploration turned into a real-life horror movie. A homeless man, armed with a knife, suddenly appeared, lunging at the boys. In a terrifying turn of events, the man grabbed Tobias and began dragging him away. Alex, frozen in shock, bolted, running as fast as he could. Desperate to escape, Alex eventually turned back, only to see the man walking away, blood staining the floor. Realizing the gravity of the situation, Alex managed to flee the building and immediately called the police.
Es war nur ein Typ und mein Kumpel, keine Ahnung, der ist hier noch drin. Ich weiß nicht, was mit dem los ist. Nee, ich bin nicht verletzt, ich bin gar nicht verletzt. Ich konnte direkt abhauen, aber wie gesagt, mein Kumpel ist da noch drin. Sie müssen schnell Polizei und Krankenwagen. Ich weiß nicht, was da jetzt noch passiert ist. Keine Ahnung, ich war direkt draußen und es war in der Baracke drin. Okay, ja, ich komme nach vorne. Dann zeige ich das.
After the call, the camera went dark as Alex turned off the recording in his panic. With no footage of the actual assault, viewers were left to piece together what had happened through Tobias and Alex's harrowing retelling. Weeks later, after Tobias had recovered from his injuries, the pair released a follow-up video addressing the countless questions from their audience.
Also zu unserem letzten Video sind natürlich viele Fragen aufgekommen. Ich werde mal versuchen, so die, an die ich mich noch erinnere, jetzt zu beantworten. Und zwar natürlich, ob die Polizei kam. Man sieht am Ende, wie Alex die Polizei gerufen hat. Die kam auch mit dem Krankenwagen. Wie die jetzt mit diesem Obdachlosen oder was es war, verfahren ist oder hat, wissen wir nicht. Der Krankenwagen hat mich logischerweise ins Krankenhaus gebracht. Ich hatte Verletzungen an der Hand und am Arm. Und ich wurde dann nur im Krankenhaus angerufen, ob ich Anzeige erstatten will. Da habe ich natürlich ja gesagt. Also was man ja nicht auf der Kamera sieht in der Aufnahme, was jetzt noch mit mir passiert ist. Also wir hatten auf jeden Fall extrem Glück, dass dieser Obdachlose alkoholisiert war, extrem stark. Was man auch sehr gerochen hat. Man hat ja auch bei seinem Bett gesehen, dass da wirklich Pullen lagen. Deswegen waren seine Angriffe jetzt nicht so krass koordiniert, sage ich mal. Also er ist auch direkt umgekippt danach. Man konnte ihn abwehren. Ich habe ihn weggetreten. Man denkt die ganze Zeit dabei, wenn man da sich getrennt hat, was auch so dumm war, dass man sich getrennt hat, denn einfach bei diesem Angriff, man denkt die ganze Zeit, ja fuck, ist er jetzt eigentlich noch drin? Ist er schon draußen? Man weiß ja überhaupt nicht, was abgeht. Soll man jetzt noch mal rein oder... Also das ist auch so dumm, wir haben Pfefferspray eigentlich, aber wir vergessen es jedes Mal im Auto, es bleibt jedes Mal im Auto liegen. Das hätte wahrscheinlich auch extrem einfach geholfen, dass man ihn sofort außer Gefecht hätte setzen können. Man sollte es wieder auf die harte Tour lernen, dass man jetzt immer Pfefferspray bei hat. Ist auf jeden Fall extrem krass gewesen. Hat einen auch sehr, sehr sensibilisiert, was so Lost Places angeht.
In the video, Tobias recounted the horrifying encounter. He explained how lucky he was that the attacker was under the influence of alcohol, which likely reduced his strength. Otherwise, the outcome could have been far worse. Tobias emphasized the importance of being more cautious when exploring abandoned places and acknowledged that the challenge of staying the entire night had been far from successful. While the ordeal ended without any fatalities, it serves as a chilling reminder. Danger can strike when you least expect it. If you found this disturbing already, let's move on to the next terrifying video.
In September 2020, John and Tim from the popular YouTube channel Exploration Unknown set out to document their visit to an abandoned altar hidden in the middle of a dense forest. But what they encountered that day was far more dangerous than they ever expected. The adventure started like any other. John and Tim had heard rumors about an altar, lost somewhere in the woods, and decided to see it for themselves. But from the very start, there were red flags.
It's supposed to be public land.
This is private property, bro.
Well, maybe it's like this over here, somebody's private property. And I know this over here should be like public land.
As they followed the directions they were given, it became unclear if they were on private or public property. Just a few minutes after they reached the location, they got their answer in the most terrifying way imaginable.
thought I saw something behind you. Shh. Okay, dude, key light. Kill your light, dude. Oh my God, dude, it's a car. Shh. Hide. Dude, they were waiting. Somebody's here. Shh. Get down. Oh God, dude, we gotta get out of here. You shut the engine off. Oh God, he's getting out.
Hey, that thing you damn light up there.
Oh God. Dude, he's got a
Get off my property.
He's got a gun. Okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. Okay. Go. Oh God. Tim, you okay? Tim, you okay? Get up, dude. Come on. Get up. Are you hit? Oh God, run, dude, run. Okay.
A man appeared, one who seemed to have been waiting for them. Without a word, he pointed a gun directly at John and Tim. The man didn't just threaten them, he fired his gun. The shot rang out, echoing through the forest. Tim, startled by the sound, tripped and fell to the ground. For a terrifying moment, it seemed like he'd been shot. This is the kind of situation no explorer ever wants to find themselves in. One wrong move, one wrong word, and things could go from bad to deadly in an instant. John and Tim had two options. Try to reason with a man who may not be in his right mind, or stay silent and hope they could escape unseen. Fortunately, both John and Tim made it out of the woods unscathed but shaken. As they ran through the trees, the man didn't pursue them, but the fear that he could still be aiming at their backs must have been unbearable. Once they reached the safety of their car, it became clear just how lucky they were. They never went back, and honestly, who could blame them?
I'm relieved they got out safely, but it was a narrow escape, much like what you're about to see in the next video. This is Christopher Brian Hill, a fearless YouTuber known from his YouTube channel, Urbex Hill. He ventures into places most wouldn't dare to go. His mission? Exploring abandoned buildings, often alone, in the dead of night. Tonight, he set his sights on the Ottabon Junior High School in Cleveland, Ohio. A place left to rot since 2001. But this isn't just any old school. Almost a year ago, a 16-year-old boy was shot dead near its grounds. A tragedy that has left an ominous mark on this place. So as Christopher steps inside, he isn't just walking through broken hallways. He's stepping into the heart of a mystery. A haunting mystery. As he makes his way deeper into the school, the signs of decay are everywhere. Shattered windows, holes in the walls, floors that seem too uneven to be real. His camera captures it all. But then, just 5 minutes into his exploration, Christopher notices something odd.
Wait a minute. This wasn't like this before. Oh crap. I do not remember this being here.
There's a white object blocking a doorway. He's sure it wasn't there before.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
He calls out a confused hello, but there was no response. He began to question himself. Had it been there all along? But his camera tells a different story.
Okay. I can't remember if this was like this before or not. I could have swore it wasn't like that before, though. That is weird. Maybe it was. Maybe I'm tripping.
I don't remember.
And just like that, the stage is set for what would be one of the most chilling nights of his life. Christopher presses on, his nerves steady, but his heart racing. And that's when he stumbles upon something truly horrifying.
Shit, look. There's like blood on the floor. Oh shit, there's a bunch. Look at this. Oh, there's a trail of blood. That's crazy. Goes to that door. What the hell?
A line of fresh blood on the floor, leading to a door marked with 666. It's the kind of scene you'd expect in a nightmare, but for Christopher, it's terrifyingly real.
That's vandalism. That's foul. What the hell? Somebody was bleeding. Is this real? What the fuck? Bro. It's on the and everything. What? This can't be real.
Shocked, he can hardly believe what he's seeing. But before he can process it, things take a darker turn.
They put 666 on the door. But that does look real. I hope it's not. Oh shit. Yo, there are bullet cases. What was that?
A loud noise, like something, or someone, moving in the next room. And in that moment, he knows he's not alone. Fear grips him, his mind flashing back to the boy who was murdered here. The weight of that memory presses down on him, and suddenly, staying feels like a mistake.
What was that? Somebody's in there. Yeah. That's somebody in there.
Christopher flees the scene. Luckily, he makes it out, unharmed. But when he reviews his footage later, a chill runs down his spine. His camera captures something even more sinister. Proof that he wasn't alone that night as he thought. Luckily, he made it out safely. But not everyone was so fortunate, as you can see in the next video.
Meet Sam and Colby, two best friends and popular YouTubers known for their thrill-seeking explorations of the unknown. They've been creating videos for almost over a decade, often taking their audience along to eerie, abandoned locations and haunted places. But this time, they're not alone. They need to take on one of the most chilling sights in America, the Forest Haven Asylum. The Forest Haven Asylum, hidden deep in Laurel, Maryland, was originally opened in 1925 as a care facility for people with intellectual disabilities. But over the years, it became infamous for its abuse scandals, horrific conditions, and a wave of mysterious patient deaths. By 1991, after decades of tragedy, the asylum was finally forced to shut down. Today, rumors circulate that the restless spirits of deceased patients haunt its darkened halls and stumble upon a disturbing message when they try to enter the property.
No trespassing. Government property trespassers will be prosecuted, so I think we're in the right place.
The asylum is now government property, making it illegal to enter. They could be arrested or even face federal charges. But that doesn't deter them. They're ready to explore.
Whatever we do, let's just make it into a building as soon as possible. We're just gonna sneak up and scout out which building we need to get to.
Two other people also seemed to be making their way inside. They kept a low profile, careful not to draw attention, and waited for these strangers to leave before venturing in. 3 figures approaching outside, 1 man and 2 women. Not realizing that within minutes, one of the girls would be dead. The boys run towards the forest, hoping to escape unnoticed. But then it happens.
I would have a searchlight. Run.
A helicopter with a searchlight flew overhead, its light sweeping the forest floor. They held their breath, lights off, diving to the ground as the chopper flew by. As it flies further away, they quickly get up and dash through the forest, desperately searching for an escape route.
If someone knew we were in there.
Later, they discovered the full horror of what had happened that night. The woman's screams they'd heard were from Laura Wallen.
Details of an ever-changing story are emerging in the murder of Columbia High School teacher Laura Wallen.
Laura had reportedly gone missing, and her boyfriend at the time, Tyler Tessier, was living a double life. Not only was he dating Laura, but he also had a fiancé. When Laura became pregnant, Tyler feared she might expose their situation, so he decided to take drastic action. On the night of her murder, Laura texted a friend for the last time, saying, "Tyler is taking me to this open field in the middle of nowhere, and I don't know why." And on that exact location, Laura's body was found.
In Montgomery County, where Laura Wallen, 4 months pregnant with Tessier's baby, was found in a shallow grave shot execution style.
Investigators pieced together the timeline, confirming that Sam, Colby, the Ireland boys, Laura and Tyler were all there at the same time. As for Laura, the horror of that night remains a painful memory for her loved ones.
You'll see exactly that in the next video. Imagine this, a haunted mansion, abandoned and crumbling, its dark past concealed by shattered windows and peeling walls. It's the kind of place you wouldn't dare enter, unless you're Tom, a fearless adventurer who thrives on exploring the most sinister, forsaken places. A year ago, this very mansion left him shaken. Now he's back, seeking one more thrill. But what happens tonight will be far more than just a scare. Tom's no stranger to haunted places. His YouTube channel is filled with jaw-dropping explorations of creepy sights. But this time, he's alone. And the eerie silence of this forgotten house is about to be shattered.
Blood dripping from it for some reason. That's super sketchy. Right, so guys, I haven't done this by myself in a long time. Came to explore the abandoned mansion. So guys, you have no idea. Right, so guys, I am freaking the hell out right now. I am freaking out.
Not even 5 minutes into his exploration, a loud crash reverberates through the hallway. Tom freezes, his eyes darting toward the sound. The air feels heavy, like something, or someone, is watching. But when he looks around, there's nothing. Little does he know, this is only the beginning of a terrifying night.
Right, guys, let's just go to the top. And I'm hoping no one's in here. No one's definitely going to be in here. So I guess I'll be fine. Right. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? I'm gonna make another way out. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? Guys, what the hell?
Footsteps, clear as day, indicating he's not alone. His heart races, pounding in his chest. Who, or what, is up there with him? Tom pushes forward, but nothing can prepare him for what's waiting around the corner.
Fuck is that? Guys, I think someone's here. Hello? Hello? So I'm in this room now and I thought, you know what, fuck this. I'm not coming in here ever again by myself. What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? I was trying to go out and I've just seen that. I seen a rocket flow. What the fuck? What the fuck? Who is that? What? Yo. Hello? Hello? You okay? Do you want me to call the police? Yo, just chill. What the fuck? What's the guy doing? Yo, the fuck did he throw? Who the fuck's that?
A figure appears in the doorway. A clown, dressed in tattered clothes, standing completely still, watching him. Tom isn't one to back down. Instead of fleeing, he makes a bold choice. He goes after the clown.
Now, I want to find where this guy is. So, let's go upstairs and see where he is. I'm actually freaking out because he could be with a crew ready to beat me up or anything. Like, I don't know. What the hell? Maybe this guy was doing like a ritual or something by himself to summon ghosts. Right, I don't know where this guy actually is. But there's some weapons I could use on the floor maybe if he tries to attack me. Right, I'm not actually sure. What the fuck? What the Yo, you okay? You sure you don't want me to call the police or ambulance? Oh, fuck this. What the fuck?
Tom makes a split-second decision. He bolts for the exit, racing down the hall, through the crumbling doors, back into the safety of the night. He escapes unharmed, but questions linger. Who was that clown? Why were they there? And what would have happened if he hadn't run? After Tom uploaded this video, viewers were captivated. Some couldn't believe he'd chase after someone dressed like that, while others couldn't shake the feeling that maybe, just maybe, it was all staged. What do you think? Would you have done the same? Or is this encounter too perfectly timed? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this disturbing already, let's move on to the next terrifying video.
This is Uosov, a YouTuber you might recognize from his channel Uosov Ahmadi. He regularly documents his chilling experiences of exploring abandoned buildings, sometimes alone and sometimes with friends. Fortunately, tonight his good friend Jaden is joining him. What they didn't know was that this would become a night they would never forget.
So, we're gonna do it tonight. We're gonna make sure we get in. No matter what, we will do this.
Their destination? A notoriously eerie abandoned house rumored to have hosted dark rituals. The building has been vacant for over 20 years. Squatters and other unsettling figures often occupy the area, but that doesn't stop Uosov and his friend from venturing inside. As they step through the decaying entrance, they're met with cracked walls, peeling paint, and debris littering the floors. But little do they know, this is just the beginning of what will become a horrifying ordeal. Barely 5 minutes into their exploration, they stumble upon something truly shocking.
Oh my god.
Do you see that face? Do you see that face?
In the top? Fucking where?
In the top. I'm not even joking. I swear I saw a face. It's like busting out the crib right now.
I swear. What is this? 6 or more?
While already uneasy by the ominous number 6 scrawled in red on a white wall, Nothing could have prepared them for what they were about to find next.
Hey, did you hear that when we were bugging out? Yeah. Sounded like someone threw something from up there or some shit. Should we try and go in?
Wait.
That room has 6 nails locked in it. You go through that window first. Oh, is that blood?
Show me your top one.
Is that blood? Fuck. Oh! Fuck that. Fuck that. Oh my days! Oh shit! Come back! Fucking hurry up! I really get the fuck out.
Lying on the floor is a body, wrapped in a blood-stained white sheet. Completely paralyzed by fear, Uosaf and his Jaden are struck with terror, but instinct kicks in. They sprint out of property only to encounter something even more horrifying. A second body hanging on a tree. They run for their lives, stumbling over debris, gasping for air, adrenaline coursing through their veins.
Get down! Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up! Did you just fucking see what I saw? Oh my days. I swear to God, that was a buddy.
Luckily, they make it out of the house and immediately call the police. When authorities arrived, they confirmed the unimaginable. 2 bodies, victims of torture, were discovered in that house. What began as an innocent exploration for fun turned into a nightmare for Uosaf and Jaden. This incident is without a doubt one of the most disturbing encounters ever caught on camera. 2 boys, just 19 years old, unwittingly stumbled upon a gruesome crime scene while filming for their YouTube channel.
But for now, let's move on to the last disturbing video. What starts as an ordinary exploration can quickly turn into something out of a nightmare. For over a decade, they've entertained millions with their wild and hilarious antics, but their channel also has a darker side. They frequently venture into abandoned and haunted locations, uncovering the mysteries of the paranormal world. Yet, nothing could prepare them for what they encountered on October 10th, 2016, during a chilling exploration that still haunts them to this day. The boys decided to explore an abandoned school in Scion Hill, Kidderminster, a site near their hometown. These weren't just deflated balloons sitting on the ground. They were filled with helium, which typically escapes from a balloon within 1 or 2 weeks. This could only mean one thing: someone had been in the building recently. The realization made the group uneasy. When they tried to sit quietly in a room to regroup, the clown suddenly peeked through the door. That was the breaking point. The boys bolted out of the abandoned house, running for their lives. They jumped into their car on their way back. Thoughts raced through their minds. It was probably someone who thought it would be funny to scare people, especially with Halloween approaching. That's all for today, folks. If you want to see more of this creepy content, click on the video on screen.